Hello everybody, this is Mercy Okagbare. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, like the video. Today I'm taking you guys to Akwa Ibom and Cross River states of Nigeria. I'm gonna show you how to cook this delicious vegetable soup called Edikang Ikong. Edikangikong is a very delicious food that is loved by a lot of Nigerians. So let me show you what I'm going to be using to prepare this delicious food. I'm going to be using stockfish, already cooked, some crayfish, shrimp powder. I'm going to show you how I made it. It's from the head of the shrimp. I have some shrimp here already soaking in water that I'm going to use. See, it's really soft right now. I'm using some habanero pepper, seasoning cubes, salt to taste, onion, already diced them, palm oil. This is very important, palm oil. I'm using kale. You can use ugu. I'm gonna be using spinach instead of waterleaf because we don't really have spinach waterleaf here, so I'm using spinach. It looks like waterleaf. They have the same characteristics. Then this water is from the stockfish. I boil it before I start cooking and I save the water and the stockfish separately, so I'm gonna be using both of them to cook. So I'm using assorted meats. You can still add fish if you like dried fish. So let's start cooking. Like I said earlier, I'm going to show you how I prepare the shrimp powder and the shrimp. So I'm going to remove the head and break off the tail. My husband doesn't like those part. They say it's pokey. So I remove those hard part. Then I blend it. I blend the head. You can use it as crayfish. If you don't have crayfish, it tastes the same way. So I'm going to do that. Blend the head. And that's what I'm gonna use for as the shrimp powder and the shrimp. When I'm done removing those pokey parts and blending them, I soak the shrimp in water for a while so that it softens. Because if you don't soften it, it's still hard, it's crunchy. So I don't like it crunchy, so I soak it in water for hours. Or you could just cook it on time, just add it into everything, it's gonna soften it. The meat is already cooked, it is ready. So I'm gonna add a little bit of the stock from the stockfish. Whenever I prepare this, I cook the stockfish and I save the stock separately and the fish separately. I store them separately in the fridge. So I'm just trying to infuse the flavor into it because I'm not cooking it with, I didn't cook it with the meat, so I'm just trying to infuse the flavor. So I'm adding the shrimp. It's already soft. I've soaked it for a couple of hours. But if you like it crunchy, you can skip this part. I like mine soft. So I'm adding the stockfish. As you can see, the stockfish is cooked, it's done, it's very soft. So I'm just gonna start cooking, and by the end of the day you're gonna see that this fish is gonna break down from this big chunky size. So I'm gonna cover it and let it cook, reduce some of the fluid before I start adding other things. So as you can see, there's little to no water. There's just a little water in the soup. So this is the time to add the oil. This soup does not require any fluid. It's the oil and the fluid from that is produced from the leaves that you use to cook this. You do not need extra fluid. So I'm just gonna stir them together. See, you can see it's just really the oil and just a little fluid at the bottom. I'm gonna let it cook a bit before I add in the onions. I'm adding the onions and the habanero, whatever pepper you want to use. I'm using habanero. So I'm just gonna mix everything together, stir them together, and let it cook a bit. So I'm gonna add in the crayfish and the shrimp powder. This is the shrimp powder. I'm gonna stir everything together. Anytime the crayfish hits the soup, the smell has changed. It smells so yummy delicious. Then I'm adding the seasoning cubes. You can add as much as you want. 2 is enough for me. I'm just gonna mix everything together. It's almost time to start adding the vegetables. So I'm gonna show you the quantity and ratio of the leaves I'm using. I'm using less of kale and more of the spinach because the kale has a stronger taste and the spinach has a milder taste. So I'm using a larger quantity of spinach compared to kale. So it is time to start adding everything. I'm gonna start with the spinach because it produces a lot of water. So I want it to wilt down and start cooking down. So I'm adding it. So I'm gonna be adding it gradually, mixing everything in gradually before I add the kale. When you stir them in gradually, it's easier for you to mix everything in, because when it's a lot, it sometimes starts falling out of the pot. So it's good to gradually mix everything in. The pot is practically full. So it is properly combined. Now it's time to add the kale. See, everything has wilted down. You won't believe the amount. Of course, you saw the amount of leaves I added. It has wilted down and almost disappeared. So I'm gonna add in the kale. So I'm adding in the kale. The kale is a tougher leaf and the taste is a little bit stronger if you put a lot of kale compared to the spinach. More than the spinach, it's gonna be a little bit bitter. So I put a lot of spinach because it has a very mild taste compared to the spinach. I'm just gonna mix everything in and let it cook. See, we're almost done here. In Nigeria, when we are cooking this soup, it's a lot of work because you have to slice leaves. A lot of people don't like doing it. But here it's very easy. The leaves are already sliced for you. I freeze mine. So what I do when I freeze it, I just crunch everything. It breaks into smaller pieces. So I don't have to slice any leaves. So it's easier to cook Edikang Ikong here. So this is a good time to check for salt too. So I'm checking for salt. Then you add as much as you want or you need. So the food is really done. Nothing more to do. Edikang Ikong is ready. This food is to die for. A lot of Nigerians like it. It is so good. It is mouth-watering, full of vitamins. So good. So I want you guys to give this food a try. Thank you for watching. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to click the subscribe button, like the video, share it, click the notification bell so that you can get an alert whenever I post a video. And God bless you. Thank you to all those that have subscribed. I am so appreciative. Thank you so much. Mokuna come see your malicious food oh. Food is ready. Come and join me oh. Till I see you next time oh. Bye.